Hey folks, Ready Set Prep here. I wanted to talk a little bit today about water filtration and water purification. I don't know if everybody's on the same page, but only 3% of our Earth's water is fresh water. And with 1 to 1.5% of that being drinkable, the rest is locked up in glaciers and ice caps, and it's in the ground, and it takes a lot of work to get that cleaned up. So I wanted to go over some very simple solutions that you can use. This would be in an emergency situation. This could be in an SHTF situation, natural disasters, hurricanes, tornadoes, things like that. Anywhere where your water's been compromised. And if you've used up all your stored water and there's no other reliable clean water sources, it may be necessary to treat any unknown water sources to make it potable. You have to treat all water, no matter what the plan is for using it. Besides potentially having bad odor and taste, contaminated water can contain microorganisms and other contaminants. So using some of these solutions, like building a small kit like this and having easy filtration systems is a must. There's several ways to treat water. None of them are perfect. As a rule of thumb, I like to remember that never buy 100 of one thing. Get a variety. If you buy a box of Lifestraws and you get a bad batch, that's not good. I think that you'd be better off buying them in different increments or different types. So before treating your water, you want to filter it, the particulates using cheesecloth, coffee filters, available cloths. The best ways to do that is going to be to use ultraviolet. You can boil it. You can use chlorine. And I think the best of all is that you can distill it. So what I found is that the pure water filters, these filter around 40 gallons. And the quantity goes down in the purity after 40 gallons. But you can use these to filter out debris. It can purify your water. It's a really great, easy solution. Amazon also makes them. We keep them stored with the filters in them. This one has a little meter on the top to let you know when your filter's going bad. I think it's a great idea to have those. Over here, I have the Zero Water. It's a five-stage advanced water filtration. This reduces leads and zincs and all kinds of things out of your water. Just a great, easy option here as well. There's also small things that you can use if you're wanting to buy just already purified drinking water. These emergency purified drinking pouches, you can find these online. They're getting kind of expensive. This is not an extreme amount of water, but in a life-saving situation, these are great little easy throw in the backpacks solutions if you don't have purified water. So outside of purifying with the kit we're going to talk about here in a minute, you might think about storing a few of these just for emergency situations. Also, kind of the unsung hero, when you are down on water, you can treat the water that you do have using electrolyte powders. So these here, you add them to a half cup of water, and this will give you 6 and 7 times the amount of hydration than your average bottle of water. And there's multiple different kinds here. This liquid IV, same thing here. It's a non-GMO electrolyte drink, and there's all kinds of different types of crystals that you can use in your drinks as well, and I'm going to get into those. So I'm going to move some of this. This is a water purification kit that I've built out of a DeWalt Tool T-Stack storage system. And this has got hundreds of thousands of gallons of filtration inside of it for different applications that fit what we use and what we do. And that's what I recommend you guys do as well. These are some recommendations that I've used and that I think if I needed to get into it, if I was in a tough situation with my family, we could throw this in the back of the truck, get to where we're going, or even be in the house and filter, like I said, hundreds of thousands of gallons of water. So First things first, pH. It's good to know if your water is going to be acidic or if it's going to have that alkaline kind of a taste to it. So a pH meter is something I recommend everybody get just to test your waters out. So an acidic is going to have a reddish tint to it. On a scale of 0 to 14, the 0 being the reddish tint, your 7 in the middle having a greenish tint, and then your blue tint being at the 14. You always want your water to be in the green. So testing your water is important. I've always recommended that. Same thing with your copper test. You put a couple of drops of this inside of there and you swish it around, and this will tell you just exactly how much copper would be inside of your water that you're drinking. Water filtration. Your Advanced Medical makes this Rapid Pure. This filters 200 gallons and it purifies 25 of them. So basically you dunk this down inside of your water and you drink out of the straw here. Great, easy, bendable solution. Lifestraws are kind of stiff. This one here can kind of work around a little bit. So I like to have one of these in this kit. We've got a few different ones of these. Your H2O request. So once you get into topical oral salts, you can add these. This is going to give you 6 times the hydration that you would normally get. So I recommend keeping these inside of your bag, inside of your emergency kits. This will really help go along with the hydration there. So let's see here. We've got water purification Biofilm Defender. So this treats water for up to 5 years. 60 and 80% maybe microbial infections are caused by bacteria growing in biofilm. So this reduces the risk of a biofilm breakout and improves the water performance overall. So having some of this with your copper test, I've always recommended using some of this. And to treat this treats 330 gallons of water. So treats an amazing amount of water. You can use it in your tap water, long-term storage, your emergency water supplies. Basically treat water with your minerals. So nice, easy way to do that. Keep a water key. So a couple of different water keys in here. If you get into a bad situation where you're out of water or you are near a commercial building and you're traveling on the road, you can always get these keys here. This key here is a little more advanced. This has got a screwdriver on it. Just a multitude of different types of locks and keys that you can get into emergency water stashes. I don't recommend you do this criminally, but in an emergency situation, store these in a bag, store one in your truck, store one in a kit. Always good to have on hand. Your Potable Aqua tablets. So these are something that you might see in an emergency kit. Your Aqua tabs, your pH, and your germicidal Potable Aqua tabs here. So the PA Plus is a water purification. You can drink water with this one on the left in about 3 minutes. The germicidal tablets, you want to wait about 30 minutes for these here to drink the water. But all the instructions are here on the side of them. I recommend keeping a few of these. These will treat many, many gallons of water. Just a great source of keeping your water purified and safe to drink. This is your Data Dago. Let's see if I can even get this out of here. So this is your automatic water dispenser. So this dispenser will go on, it charges itself USB. You put this on top of your water dispenser, so your 5-gallon jugs, you put it on top like so. Put your water, tap inside of there. I don't think this has any batteries or it's not charged. But basically you set this on top, down inside of your water. You press this button and the water comes out and it purifies at the same time. So great option there to dispense the water out of your 5-gallon jugs as needed there. So getting into straws, your basic life straws, I think everybody's got these. Great to have life straws. Like I was saying, if you buy a bunch of these and you get a bad batch, I don't know if you can get a bad batch of these, but I never want just the same of one thing. I want a variety in my eyes. So most of these will filter 1,000 to 2,000 gallons of water, depending on how you clean it and store it. And I keep different types of these. So the Lifestraw is one that I keep. The Logis Life Filter Straw here. It's kind of a Lifestraw imitation, if I may say. This will filter 1,500 gallons. 1,500 liters. Your FSTFC Lifestraw system. So something that I like about this is that it comes with a, if I can get into the darn thing, it comes with a activated charcoal air at the end. This is for a filter so that you can filter the water that's going into this before it gets into the filter. So having something like this, a couple of different brands, very comfortable, easy to use. And like I said, just filtering quite a few gallons of water out of this. The Membrane Solutions water straw. This one here, you can screw onto the bottom of a hose or a water spigot, put it on slow drip, and you can filter your water that way. I don't recommend turning it on full blast. It'll push through too fast. You won't get the proper filtration. But having something like this would be very useful in an emergency situation, so you can extract water to the best of your ability. So, Survivor filter. This is a great option. And these water straws, they range $10 to $15, $20. I don't recommend get one. If you're going to buy them 10 at a time, different types. So the Survivor water filter is another filtration system. Basically, you set this down inside of your water, and then it filters and pumps the water out of here and into your clean apparatus for holding water. So having this on hand, I bet would be just a great, I haven't had to use this one yet, but I think it's going to be a great option in a situation where we might have to have it. I hope we never have to use them. So also for extracting water out of small water bottles, I keep this pump. I think it's just getting this out of small jars or anywhere where you're down in the cracks, being able to extract water, small areas. This would be a helpful tool to have here. I also keep a siphoning hose. Again, if I had water down on the bottom of something, I could go ahead and siphon it out of there. And I keep a couple of different lengths of that in there if I needed to transfer water from one end to another. I keep a water bladder. So 5-liter water bladder, 1.5 gallons, just to hold your clean, purified water. Very easy, flat, fold up. It slides right underneath here, and just easy access for carrying the water that you just got done treating. So I hope that this video is helpful for you guys. You know, everybody needs to do something for water purification over the length of time. We've slipped kind of out of an ice age, going into a heating stage. The water on the planet's getting less and less. With natural disasters, it's going to be tainted. It's going to be polluted. You know, we have more plastics floating in our oceans, and unless we can figure out desalination of our ocean water on an inexpensive scale, we possibly might have to turn to water filtration and different types of resourceful means of drinking water. Most of this stuff I found on Amazon, and if there's things that you liked about this, please hit that like button. Perhaps check out some of my other videos. They're just easy, simple solutions, kind of helping people in beginning of preparedness, overall leading to a bigger picture. So don't forget, subscribe to the channel. look out for our other videos coming up here in the next handful of days. And don't forget to ready, set, prep. Thanks, guys.